Frame 102.2 coming hot at you on Thursday. Before we get into any of the great topics, like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You want to get on Gutterball, let us know. Best way to get a hold of us is Instagram DM. Don't even fuck with anything else because we're not going to look at it. All right, get on Gutterball. We want to be talking to you. Guests have been bailing on us, but we're here. We're happy. We're positive. We got a whole list of awesome things to talk about. But before we do that, we're gonna do song of the week and how our weeks have been. Paul, what's up? What's pop? See you got some new digs behind it. What's going on with that? What's going on with your life?
My week's been pretty good. It's been a busy week. I was actually down in the Twin Cities for work this week. I was there Tuesday, Wednesday, stayed at a hotel. Working out today sucked because I kind of took a couple day breather since I was down there. And so you know how that always is. It comes back like riding a bike, but I know like scientific studies have proven that like you don't just lose cardio in like 2-3 days. Like it literally takes like 30 plus days for you to, but like, dude, there's something there. Like you definitely just like don't feel 100% when you aren't doing it as consistently. That's just me though. I know science says otherwise, but doing good. Yeah, I got some new digs. And actually, that kind of rolls into the next thing here. Shout out to Dan Duffy. This is going to be probably mirrored, so it doesn't look correct. But shout out to Dan Duffy and Sano Deals. Check him out there. Email him. He's got he basically buys a bunch of old clearance stock, right? So he'll buy like TVs that Best Buy is getting rid of that were like open box, or he'll go on Amazon and buy a bunch of things that were open box, whatever, that are like still fine. And he'll give you a really good deal on them. He gets them for really cheap, and then you still get them for cheap. And one of the things I got,
what's he giving you for this ad? Don't do ad reads on my show without money.
He gave me a deal on all the stuff I bought for the shout out.
For the ad read?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give me his number. I'll talk to him about some money coming my way.
Here, take a screenshot. His number's right there. Hey, you didn't come fucking buy anything.
Free advertisement, you motherfucker. What is this bullshit? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Anyways, this was an open box Terminator 2 arcade. It's not a retro one. It's like one of the new ones. It's an arcade one-ups the brand. The thing with it though is like the reason why I got a really good deal on it is because, well, you can't tell on the camera, but like there's a crack under the screen I had to repair and clamp together and like fix it. And like it's not on the screen, it's on the bezel. A lot of the pieces are beat up on the corners I had to fix. And then it was straight up missing a whole pack of screws that were needed for it. It was missing the really important angle pieces to mount the screen. I had to go to Ace Hardware and find a close relative one. I got it all. I mean, I put this all together. It looks good. Like it works. It functions. It connects to Wi-Fi. The sound is all there. Both guns work. So I got a really good deal on it. I got this Batman statue brand new in the box. I got some old UFC cards that were some of them already packaged, some not. So he had all types of things, man. Everything from Bluetooth speakers to freaking Minecraft glowstone lamps to Minecraft TNT fridges, routers, vinyls. I gave you 2 vinyls from that sale. So check out Dan Duffy and Sano Deals. Again, here's his card. You're probably gonna have to reverse that, unmirror it. I don't know how that's gonna look.
Insano Deals. It's
Insano
also
deals.
It means theft deals. Oh, this is stolen.
No,
I heard if you call him, let him know, and you gotta go insano on the phone to him, or else he won't even acknowledge you. Insano. Do you think he'd get upset if we sent all our viewers say insano? I won't go comment insano on his page.
Technically doxing him? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. His email's there. That might not pan out. Someone send spam. Send him a phishing link to his email. Go ahead and do that.
Someone's gonna email Dan and just be like, "I watched the Gutterball podcast. That ad read was horrible. Fuck you." That's like it's just gonna be really rude.
Yeah, you should do that because I ain't seeing no money for this ad read. All right, wasting precious Gutterball time, Paul. I can't even.
I know. Anyways, it was a good week. I did some shopping. I went to work. Back working from home the rest of the week. Things are going good. How have you been, Jack?
I'm terrible, Paul, because they got my boy. They indicted him. 49, 39, 29 people guilty. How many? I don't know. They did it, Paul. They got rid of him. They got rid of my boy.
We'll talk about that a little more here on the cast.
I don't know, man. But other than that, I'm just upset. I'm just upset about Trump.
He's your boy? I didn't know he was your boy.
He's gonna take all those trans rights away. Get him out of here. Gender affirming
You're
care.
fucking confusing, man. I don't know what to believe
going
anymore.
up to 1,000. It's gonna be like Martin Shkreli. Estrogen $20. Now it's $1,000. It's gonna be crazy, man. But other than that, more of the same old, same old. We're gonna go into song of the week real quick because I got a little thing. So Two-Headed Stab Wounds just dropped today. A new single. It's pretty good. It was okay. Like I wasn't super
Who's it
impressed.
by?
Two-Headed Stab Wounds.
Oh, that's like the name
Yeah.
of the artist.
Yeah, the band. Yeah. It's a
Oh, okay.
classic death metal band. I'm not like I'm a
200,
fairly new listener.
specifically 200.
Two-Headed Stab Wounds. Yeah, you haven't heard of them? They make pretty good music. It's kind of like Dying Fetus-esque death metal, but they dropped a new single today, kind of surprisingly. And then fucking so I think it was like Slug or something. Another death metal artist dropped a single, which I heard, which is pretty good. Oh no, it was Vomit Forth. That's who it was. Vomit Forth dropped a new album, or a single, which is pretty good. Both of them kind of like a surprise. So that was cool. But those are my songs of the week. But one big thing happened, Paul, that upsets me every single time it happens and I'm not there. Rush got back on stage. Yep. Geddy Lee and Alex Lyson got on stage to play some songs for Gordon Lightfoot's memorial thing. You know,
That's
Gordon
cool.
Lightfoot, the
Yeah.
wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, you know? And
Is that his most popular song?
Yeah, he has one other song. It's like Need a Heartbreak or some shit that you'd know if you listen to it. But it's only that one. But they were listed as they had to come surprise. Anytime Rush plays now, it has to be surprise because if they said Rush is gonna play at the Gordon Lightfoot memorial service, the tickets would be $1,000 a piece, even more. Because all the fans, because I'd be like, well, I guess I'm paying $1,000 to go see Rush because that's essentially what it is. So they were listed as LL, and they showed up as a surprise, and Getty sang and played some guitar and both bass, and then Alex was there too. So that was pretty cool. So, sad I didn't get to see that because damn, every time Rush they just pop up at random points. But it was kind of cool because they said they were playing Rush songs recently,
Yeah.
but Getty's like, we sound like a shitty cover band. He's like, we're not gonna play live because it's bad because they have to learn their songs, and he's like. He specifically said, and Alex, they're like, why did we write this so difficult? He's like, I can't even play Tom Sawyer anymore. It's like on bass. It's like kind of sad because they're like, it's kind of like with working out, you put down your instrument for so long. Most people don't realize they have to learn their own song. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that was kind of like sad to me. I'm like, no Rush. But other than that, I got nothing for my song of the week. That's about wraps it up. Paul, what have you been listening to? What's your vibe?
My song of the week is going to be pretty quick here. And it's My Way by Limp Bizkit. It's arguably his most popular, if not his, or not his, but that band's most popular song.
Second.
Yeah, second most popular song. One of them, one of them were top of their top songs. And it's just been a good hype up song for me working out. That's when I like to have that one hopefully shuffle through when I'm on to the weights after doing the bag, because give you that final push to kind of burn your arms out and your legs out. So My Way by Limp Bizkit. My Way or the Highway.
Let it all show out. Yeah. Is that to cover? Who does that cover? I can't remember what band. It's not. Why do I want to say it's the Bee Gees cover? But it's definitely not a Bee Gees song.
No.
But it's a cover, right? It's not his.
Is there an
pretty sure it's
AI, the Bee Gees, My Way?
There probably is, yeah. Because I know Faith is a cover of. I like the Faith cover. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
No. Yeah, that's song of the week. We're on Gutterball 102 now. And it kind of feels like we prestiged in Call of Duty, and now we have to re-get everything we had. And it's like, damn, dude, I really liked the ACR with the suppressor and the heartbeat sensor and the fucking gold camo, but now I have to get all of it again. Doesn't that kind of feel like that? Like we've hit 100, and now it's like, damn, dude. Yeah.
We're fucking losers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. God, I'm a woman, and it's
we
crazy.
do have to say that.
Like,
I have to say this, though. 102 Saturdays straight. Or Thursdays, I should say, / Saturdays. Pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I 100% am a better speaker on the podcast than I will. Like, if you go watch episode 1,
we're
like, man,
way
these
better.
guys suck. Even in like real life conversation, because like it's weird. I get that, like I said it on the last cast, where I get that podcast mindset where I'm like, I'll literally think in my head. Yeah, I'll think I'm Joe Rogan. Well, no, but just asking questions wise, even about people that I meet recently, it's like a Fallout menu. I get like 8 options of like, what question am I gonna ask? And I just have like questions ready for people and stuff. So that's been good with communicating, and just it honestly helps you be more extroverted, rather, even if it's just talking to you, I guess. Just be able to like form your thoughts concisely is pretty good,
Yeah, it is. It has helped. I think it's helped me. I think in a way, I have definitely noticed my tics or what I say a lot, like or like at certain intervals, and when I say it, I'm like, damn it, like I need to get better at that. So it's like you definitely tell, like if you're pointing those things out, that means you're getting better. Like if you can even notice those things, that means like, okay, you're being
Mhm.
cautious about like how you're speaking and how the show's going. I just wish, I really hope between 100 and 200 here we can get more guests. Like I just want to have a guest every
Yeah.
show, if not every other, but it's been so tough. And I try, don't get me wrong, I like having repeat guests, but I I want to wait till we have more of a variety of people, you know? Like repeat guests is better when you already have had like 50 people on. Then it's not a problem
Right.
because then you can pick out of
True.
50 people, you know?
Well, we'll get there, you know. I think if how much wish I could somehow establish more of an online presence, not just through the podcast, you know what I mean, to get more guests and stuff. But it's definitely just the
Honestly,
process of reaching out.
if one of us could just Twitch stream more, or both of us, I know on
I
Facebook and
I
YouTube it would
want
get us
to
somewhere.
because I've been playing games. Like I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4, but I don't think my PC can handle Fallout 4 stream it looking nice. Because in my take on Twitch is if I mean it's gonna be like in 1080p, it's gonna look like shit. Or maybe not. It makes it be like 720p. Plus, I don't think my PC can run a stream and play Fallout 4 at the same time.
Why don't you just come over and use my computer?
Just stream on yours. Be so weird.
It's already
Just
all built in. OBS is set
Mhm.
up, like,
Yeah, it's true. It's a good point.
because it's
Well, I'll
not
be
a
streaming on
multiplayer game. Yeah.
Yeah, Fallout 4. No, I'll play any game, but we gotta play the Outlast Trials, get some spook. Paul refuses because he's too scared to play it, but that game's fun.
Dude, I'm starting to just realize that horror games aren't fun for me, but I do need to return to them, like Dead Space and Resident Evil, and get those done on my PS5. But fuck, dude, like every game I've bought lately, I just don't play, and that's so
Yeah.
unlike me. And you know what I think the difference is like when you're a kid, it's like you barely have money. You can barely get mom and dad to buy you a game. You can barely save up to get a game. When you finally do, it's like, I got this game. I'm going to play the shit out of it. Like, I paid for it. But now when you get older, and that's obviously I have more money than I did then. Now it's like, I feel bad not playing it, but I also feel like I'm pissing away money. But now that I can buy it, there's not as much draw for me to play the game sometimes. Like Prince of Persia, I've maybe put 2 hours into. But again, it was $30, so it's like whatever. But I bought Baldur's Gate, never finished it. I don't know. I've been on just a weird gaming trend lately. I also bought a house, so like you have to take that into account. I've had a lot of stuff going on.
You have
lot of
yeah, you
projects.
do. Plus, you work a full-time job and shit. Plus, you got chores and lawn care and all other types of shit. Like me, I have a little bit of leisure time. I shouldn't have leisure time. I should be working 24/7, right? But I'm a fucking fat piece of shit loser, so I don't. But I think for most people, at least for me, I'll admit it, and people who play video games religiously won't admit it. It's an escape, you know? It's kind of like distracting for a little while, you know, from the horrors that is my life. So it's kind of like, oh, I can watch an episode of The Simpsons, or I could play Fallout 4 and put The Simpsons on the side and not watch it, but just have it there because I need constant things in my ear or I'll die. But that's just like my escape lately is Fallout 4. Been having a really fun time with that. But yeah, having like the want to play games is hard. Like it's just like, man, like what am I fucking doing? Why even play this? That's why I like when I play it, I'm like, I might as well just stream it. Like that's my mindset because I don't know. I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but I talk to myself playing games the whole time. Like I'll play it like I'm streaming because I'll scream and I'll be like, what the fuck is this? Like fuck this guy, you know? I just love that type of shit. It makes it more fun.
I just need to drag
continue to
myself
escape.
down here to my computer more. Lately, my gaming's just consisted of the Xbox 360, just playing Fallout 3 for like in 30-minute fucking intervals.
Can't get anything done. Can't do nothing. No levels, no nothing. Well, now you got to play the Terminator 2. You just keep adding games, and you're not even going to play them. You got to play that. Paul hasn't beat that yet. Apparently, it's too hard for him. It's too hard.
Well, here, come to find out, I just found out today, you go to the settings, it puts you like to the second to the hardest difficulty. And I'm like, by default,
What's it called?
I'm like, what the fuck?
Or some shit.
No, it's just levels, like it has like a difficulty range from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and it's on 5 by default. Like I guess 6 is the hardest, I think. I don't know.
Probably sounds hard as hell. It's probably like he put it to get some quarters out of people, put it to 6. You just die in like one hit. Just immediately.
Oh no! Did I tell you I have to use quarters every time and I don't get them back? No, just joking.
You can't get them back. Yeah, they're fucking.
Some guy comes into my house and empties it out. Like some guy comes in.
I just pay a guy to come out empty it out. You rent it, dude. That'd be fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's like as if you're a business because you don't want to deal with managing them or maintaining them.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, that's That'd be funny as hell. You know what? I've been seeing those videos of people who own vending machines and shit. It seems like a pain in the ass, but I don't know if that's even profit like worthy. They say it is, but I really don't think you make much profit from owning a vending machine. You have to own a lot.
I think it is if you buy out a guy's already existing, like,
'Cause location matters.
yeah,
It's a big
like
thing.
I see it sometimes on Marketplace, like in the cities, or I even seen it up here once where a guy's like, hey, I have all the vending machines or all the gumball machines in the Miller Hill Mall. I have the contract with them. Buy out my business. It's profitable. It makes this much a month or whatever, on average. So I think they are profitable, but not if you're if you're a guy that's like, I'm going to buy all the newest arcade games and open up an arcade or throw them in like Walmarts or whatever. I just feel like you're not gonna pull a return quick enough for how expensive those machines are new. But if you buy an already existing company that's already, the machines are maybe a little older, they all work and they function. I don't know. Maybe they're not they're definitely not like gonna make you rich. Like this is just like,
I mean, if you own, I feel like yeah, it's side money. If you owned a lot, I feel like you'd have to own at least 5 of them, but you're also constantly restocking them and like fixing them. But I've been thinking, Paul, I'm gonna get in the red box. Think I'm gonna buy a couple of red boxes. What do you think?
They still exist.
You think that's a good investment choice? Think it's a good idea? Buy a red box. The only one I know of now is still, it's like 10 minutes away from me up at the marketplace. I don't want to say where, but yeah, still that one there.
Problem is you would have, I mean, as terrible as it sounds, who is getting red box? You'd have to put it in low income areas. Those dudes are prying them open, stealing the fucking DVDs.
Yeah, put them in low income areas right next to the fucking Walgreens on First Street. Like, you'd be good, bro. Like, people would buy it. You got nobody returns them shits. They lose so much money. But then again, you charge them $60 on their card. Like,
the card bounces because they don't have enough in their account. So you're just fucked. You're out of DVD.
No, dude, they charge you more. Back in the day, my buddy, he got like, let's just say Black Ops 3, back when that was popular. He got it from the Red Box. He never returned it. His mom was charged like $100 from Red Box. Like, that's like 40 more than it was worth. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for real. That's what I mean. Maybe he was just being dumb, but yeah, that's what I remember as a kid. So it's a rag. Bring back your Red Box movies. All right, don't be a piece of shit.
I remember the video store ones getting, because what would happen? It was like, a library, but what happened like Video Vision is like, oh, it'd be like a $5 fee, but then like it would add that every single day past a certain day, and there were people that would come in with like Ash. I feel like though, like, if you eventually returned it and they were like, oh, well, you owe $6,000 because you returned it like 4 years later or something. And because that's like, a lot of people did have cards in, but like maybe not a lot. Like, they would just charge you when you came back in. Yeah, I don't know. Like,
because why would you bring it back unless you're planning to go back to that video store? Because it's like, let's say it's the 80s. There ain't like most people. I mean, they have a credit card, but they didn't require you certainly to buy it because you go in there as a kid. So it's like, oh, I come back, I owe $40. It's like, you don't know my name, suck my dick, and I walk out. It's like, what are you gonna do about it? I always like, literally when Video Vision around here was closing, I remember it because mom and dad made us bring our movies back, and it literally closed like 3 days later. And I had to bring back Spider-Man Web of Shadows. I'm like, Mom and Dad, it's closing. Just don't bring it back. And they made me bring it back. Video Vision was closed 3 days later. And I was like, it was like, you didn't have to bring it back. And they wouldn't have done shit. Like, they're closed. Who's gonna charge you? But yeah, no, you'll never. There's only one, like, not Video Vision. I think it closed, so there isn't any around us anymore.
No, the last one was in Superior over here, and it's gone now. It's a sun tanning place.
Sad. Yeah.
End of an era. I remember when the one in West Duluth closed about 4 years ago, and I went to it, and that's where I got like all my PS4 games. It was buy one, get one, like, I don't know. It was really, some really good deal. But it was a bunch of games. That's the problem, man, is I almost think buying games in bulk is the worst thing you can do for yourself.
Yeah, because then you're definitely not going to play at least like 4 of them.
So
like,
I did that. I did that. Dude, I tried to get into the Witcher games on PC, on PS4, and it's like, I just can't. Like, those games, and it's like, I remember I bought The Witcher 3 when they were going out of business, and I was like, I'll play it, and I just never fucking played it. The only one I played was like UFC 2 and Doom, and that was it.
No, Doom's good. Well, if we're talking about like business, another business investment I've been looking into, I'm going to start a gaming cafe. You think that's profitable in 2024, Paul? Think it's a good idea to start a gaming cafe?
Not here.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
Like almost,
not anywhere.
Like almost not in the United States, but specifically the places where it would be best in the United States, is in those largely densely populated metro areas where people live in the cities and like apartments and stuff, because a lot of those people, you know, they just walk around, they don't even have a car. That's where it would be beneficial, right? But like you put it like in a town like ours, dude, where you pretty much have to drive to get anywhere, even like relatively entertaining. No one's gonna go out of their way to drive and go to a cafe. That's why they're like really popular in like Japan and China and stuff, like an internet cafe, because like a lot of people, not everybody there has cars. You know, they're walkable.
They don't even have a sleeping area to stretch their feet out, Paul. Have you been seeing all these fucking Chinese, like small, like this guy that was living in a cabinet for $7 a month? They don't have a room to stretch their legs out, dude. Let alone have a fucking gaming PC. No, that Chinese propaganda with the little small house. It's like literally enough like you could lay down in there, but that's it, and that's their house. $37 a month, please. The housing's there really bad, but yeah, I guess in China it'd work. Yeah, I mean like. But like an arcade, it can't be profitable. Just can't be. I just refuse to believe. Even in Minneapolis, like the One Up arcade, or whatever that one is, retro gaming, that one near the Rosedale Mall.
Oh,
like that can't be profitable.
Oh no, it's profitable now that they moved.
Oh, you think so?
Well, yeah, dude. I was telling you. I think that what was it called? It's called
it's like retro game. What is it called?
I keep forgetting the name, but anyways, no, they moved to a warehouse now because the dude said like the reason why they had to leave that spot is he said this is only like 30% of my collection. Everything else is just in storage units and he just didn't have the room for it. So you remember how big that first place was? Yeah. They've moved to a warehouse now, and now it's like, well, they sell beer, they sell pizza. You know, they do
sell beer. Yeah,
they spread it. You know, they spread out other ways to make money other than the machines, and then. There's a place called the Up Down Arcade in Minneapolis where it's literally that. It's like get beer, get appetizers, and they have arcade games. That's, you know, and that's pretty profitable too. That's the thing though, is just games by itself aren't gonna move the business.
They're not gonna draw in the people, no.
So you gotta imagine. You need to have food, you need to have like beer, you need to have maybe even other entertainment of some sort. Like I think Up Down will sometimes even have a live band on Friday nights or something in the corner. So it's like, that's cool too. It's like, oh, I want to go listen to some local music. I like this local band. Play some arcade games, get a beer, have a pizza or have some wings. I don't know.
Yeah, I could only imagine that being fun drunk, you know? I'd like to, I like buffalo sauce over my joysticks or my consoles. Yeah, I'm gonna eat wings while I'm playing fucking Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah, I like to ash my cigarette on my machine.
There's a guy that works there. Please. Don't order the wings and play the games. They have to keep telling people because some fucking repeat offender, they have to go in and all the knobs are sticky and nasty.
They're all buffalo wings. He's like, you order them. He's like, you gonna be playing any machines tonight? He's like, yeah, no, you're not. Here's the buffalo wings. He hands you him. He's like, no, you're not. That sounds like an awful thing. What hot soup would be like the worst thing to serve at that place.
Hot soup
in styrofoam little cups. Yeah, you're playing it. You dump it all over the machines.
It's splashing. Yeah.
It's splashing. Yeah. Look, we've discussed it. Well, Paul, I think it's time. I think it's time to talk about the big old Trump man.
Yeah. So those of you listening to this, you know, it's Saturday. This was recorded Thursday, but today we found out that Trump was found guilty on all counts. Jackson, did you want to take the reins on this one, or do you want me to kind of read through this article? Or
reins? Because I just want to. I'm kind of like, you inform the people. I'm just kind of assuming they already know what's going on.
Sure.
It's a really big thing. I just wanted to talk about it, my opinions and such.
Yeah.
Well, let us know a little bit more about it.
Yeah, so those of you listening already, you know, probably heard that Donald Trump was found guilty on all counts in his historic New York hush money case. Feel free to look at the USA Today article titled that. That's where you can find a majority of these details I'm polling here. But yeah, former President Donald Trump was found guilty on all counts in his New York criminal hush money trial, which centered on allegations that he falsified business records to hide a hush money payment to porn star Stormy Daniels ahead of a 2016 presidential election. Trump is the first former U.S. president ever convicted of a crime. Prosecutors initially charged Trump with 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. They alleged Trump falsified the records to conceal unlawfully interfering in the 2016 presidential election through the $130,000 hush money payment, making the falsification charges felonies. This was a more than 6 weeks long trial against the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, and it was the first criminal trial in the United States history against a former president. Which to me, like, is that true? I thought Nixon, but regardless. Trump's conviction marks
During
another.
presidency.
Oh, he was impeached, and then maybe that's what happened.
Mhm.
Trump's conviction marks another historic moment with an uncertain impact on the 2024 presidential election. So, there's a lot in this article to go through. Really, the main questions you want to know is like, will Donald Trump go to jail? It could happen. Can he still, like, what was he found guilty of? 34 counts of falsifying business records. Now, remember, he also has 3 more like trials going on. I think separate from this or somewhat related, but this is just simply for like the hush money with the porn star or whatever. Can Donald Trump run for president now? Yes, he can, even after being convicted on felony accounts. The verdict does not impact Donald Trump's ability to seek another term in the White House because the Constitution's pretty clear. Like, I think it's kind of dumb. Like, if you're a felon, you can't vote, but if you're a felon, you can technically run for president and win. That's kind of crazy. Like, if you are actually convicted of it. So, a little rundown on the qualifications to run as some of the qualifications to run as president. You have to be a natural born citizen of the U.S., have lived in the U.S. for at least 14 years, and be at least 35 years old. And then what happens to Trump now? Well, his sentencing date's on July 11th, but there's a good chance that Trump and his team are going to appeal the conviction, which would push any jail time till after the election. So we're kind of in a weird boat here. Like, what could happen? Like, if he gets convicted, really, I think what's going to happen is he isn't going to see jail time. He's going to be under house arrest. He's going to get a big ass fine, probably. He's probably going to lose some assets, I would assume. I mean, what happens then if he gets all that stuff thrown at him while he say he wins presidency, that happens, and he has to go to jail or something? Can he still be president? Does the vice president take over? How does that all work? I don't have those details. This article might go over it. There's a lot here to read, but yes, he can go to prison. Each felony count of falsifying business records elevated to a felony because prosecutors proved their purpose was to conceal another crime carries a maximum sentence of 4 years. That means he could theoretically face more than a decade in prison. But given Trump does not have a criminal record and it wasn't a violent crime, experts say he's likely going to get a sentence as light as probation, home confinement. If he does get jail time, it would probably be less than a year. And then obviously Trump is like, this is just a disgrace. I can't do a Trump impression, but this is just a disgrace. Trump told the reporters in a hallway outside the courtroom, we didn't do anything wrong. I'm an innocent man, which anyone's going to say. Now, my reflection on it. Am I surprised? Fuck no, dude. Every politician's guilty of something. This one just happened to get caught. I think everybody on all sides is doing shit that's fishy behind the scenes. Trump was just dumb enough to get caught for it. I think Biden's done shit. I think Obama's probably done shit. I think everybody, Ronald Reagan, fucking George Bush, all the presidents, I think, have done some fishy behind the scenes things, whether it's bribing people, paying people off, blah, 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 confidential information, all types of things. I think every president has slipped up either A, during office, or B, to get into office, whether that be cheating the election, doing something. So it doesn't surprise me that he got convicted. It does kind of throw a wrench in his plans, though, for running for president. But Jackson, what do you think about all this? What are your thoughts?
I like the term "throw a wrench in it." I don't know. That's a good term. You use that more. That's mine now. Let me use that. No, but well, Paul, it's a travesty. It really is. It's a goddamn embarrassment to this country that they put the big orange man in jail. They're gonna try to jail him, Paul. I just can't believe it. Well, first of all, anyone that was gonna vote
no
for
one's
Trump,
above the law, or no one should be.
is still anyone that's was gonna vote for Trump is still voting for Trump. You gotta remember, there's a couple different levels of felons.
Yeah,
all right.
true.
Oh, boo-hoo, he falsified some documents and maybe told people to throw a coup over into the fucking Congress. Boo-hoo, it's not, it's different. It's like a class like F felony, you know what? It's not like you rape somebody and gotta, then it's like a really big felony, you know what I mean? Just like a weed felony. It's like, oh, you got a felony, but it's a weed charge. Who gives a fuck? Frankly, I want my president doing shady shit. I've always said it, and I will continue to say it. I want them doing shady shit, secret background deals. I want them fucking killing people, and I want them doing drugs, because how else are you going to lead a country without all those things? You know what I mean? So yeah, every politician's doing shady shit. He just happened to get caught for it. He will not see any jail time, because I won't allow it. I won't allow it. I won't allow him to go to jail. It's trannies for Trump, and it always has been, and it will continue to be. But no, yeah, it's pretty wild. Maybe if Stormy Daniels, because no one talks about how she broke an NA or a non-disclosure agreement.
NDA,
So,
yeah.
NDA, yeah. NA. Yeah, no one talks about that. She's that dumb bitch. So we should get her on trial, really. I mean, I don't really see anything bad, really, that he did that bad. Like, was it that bad? Like enough to like go to jail? It's maybe I just don't understand the law enough.
Dude,
But this is like,
considering it's like a non-violent crime, it's his first offense. I don't think he's gonna see the insides of a cell. He's gonna get a fucking tracker put on his fucking foot or his ankle, and he's just gonna have to serve. And he's probably gonna have to pay some massive fine, and he's probably gonna get some assets seized. And so
you
it's
know what
gonna
he's
happen.
doing right now? He's golfing and fucking supermodels because he don't give a shit. He's like, but I ain't going to jail. He like doesn't care. Like, why would you care? And also,
Yeah.
if he does step down, and also, why the fuck would you want to be president? What does he gain from that? Like, I just don't understand. I can see Biden because that's like he's in politics, but Trump, you're already a billionaire. Like, why do you want to be the president? Like for clout?
Yeah,
Is
I
it
mean,
clout
he even
reasons?
said when he won the first time, he said being president's a lot harder than they thought it would be. And it's like, well, no shit,
He didn't
dude.
expect to win. He
Yeah.
did not think he was gonna win. He's like, whatever. What the fuck? He's like, that's crazy. Who'd want to be the president, dude? That sounds like the worst job ever in the world. No, I think honestly, this might put a nail in the coffin. I think we're gonna see another Biden rerun, or if he dies soon from something, from falling off a chair, a high chair or something that they have him in, he's gonna crack his skull up, and then Kamala would step in. But yeah, like, man, the more and more I think about it, like, we're fucked. Like, we're just fucked as a country. Like, this is bad. Like, we're indicting presidents and shit, and like we're like have like 70-year-olds as presidents. I know I'm young, but like even like the boomers that I talk to that are in like their 50s and 60s are like, this is like fucking batshit fucking crazy. Like, they claim to say they never seen it this bad, and they would know, right? You ever hear that from a lot of older people, Paul? They even agree? Because, well, you know what's bad? When the older people are looking into conspiracy theories and thinking the government's bad. Like boomers, like 60-year-olds and shit. You know it's bad then. You know?
I don't hear it all that much because the only adults I really interact with are, other than my friends, are like people at work, and that's like the last thing I want to talk about at work is talk about politics or just like political climate or conflict, because all it does is cause problems. Like if you're going to talk about, so it's like, I just don't talk about that shit in the workplace unless I'd have to be really, really damn comfortable with an employee that I work with to talk about that stuff, you know, personally for me, because I think that stuff should be private. That's what I don't get nowadays. Everyone's like, I voted for this person, I believe in this. It's like, why do you even have to voice it? Like, stop trying to change people's opinions. It should be private. It's just like how you're not supposed to ask a woman her age. You really shouldn't be asking people, who did you vote for? Unless it's like a close friend. I get it. But like, you see what I'm saying? How that's kind of changed, I feel, where like back in the day, like maybe it was more of a hush hush. You don't really, it's kind of a private thing. Who'd you vote for? You know, what do you believe in? What religion are you? Whatever, right? Like, I feel like that's kind of become unearthed. And now people just kind of feel like they have almost a right to know. I have a right to know who you're going to vote for or who you voted for. Or I have a right to know if you believe in God or not, or blah, 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 blah. I don't like that. I have a right
to know your weight. You can't ask women that either. That's a big problem.
Yeah,
that's a big issue.
So it's just like, I just think that stuff should be private, and there's no reason why it should be, because all it does when you unearth it is usually cause conflict. That's all it does.
Yeah. I just don't care. How about no one becomes president and we just like do Fallout rules and start just looting and stuff? I'd like to do looting at least once. Like a good riot. If there's a riot near me, I'm going to the next big riot we have, like next black guy that gets choked out by the police. I'm going to that riot. I'm going to that riot and I'm going to do some looting. I think that's going to be fun. You ever think about that?
Can we cover another political topic?
Yeah, what do you got?
You know,
more study attacks in New York City?
No, you know Brandon Herrera, right? The AK guy? He's been on PKA.
Fan of him. He's running for Congress.
He lost.
Texas. Did he? Well, that makes sense 100%. Because didn't he say like he hated Jews and like black people suck or something?
No, he basically,
I'm making all that up.
They basically like, they took that and put a spin on it, saying that he was anti-Jewish, but really he was just like, I'm just anti-funding Israel because Israel has collusion in elections, and it's been proven time and again. That's all he said. Never said he hated Jewish people, but you know how that is. They always spin it. Oh, I think that we should look into Israel, this, and that. And it's just like, you hate Jews? It's like, no, that is not what he meant. But,
no,
I
might have said that on a couple casts ago, and I still regret that to this day.
U.S. Representative Tony Gonzalez prevails in the primary runoff over gun influencer Brandon Herrera. He literally lost by like 500 votes, dude. And here's what's nutty. I remember reading this. My numbers might be a little off. Tony Gonzalez's team spent 9 to 10 million on their campaign to win by 500 votes. Brandon spent like $1 million, not even.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's insane. And remember, the only people that can vote in those elections are the people like in Texas in that district or whatever.
Right.
So like, that's pretty
and all
crazy.
the dead people.
Yeah, all the dead. So people are asking for a recount because they only lost by 500 votes, which is a pretty slim margin. It was 15,023 votes compared to Brandon's 14,616. So it was very thin margins. You know, Brandon had 49.3% of votes. Tony Gonzalez is 50.7. What I didn't like about as I watched that campaign is how Brandon spent really not a whole lot of time shit talking, except for when Tony would do it. Like their advertising campaigns was just like making Brandon to be like anti-American just because he never served in the military and this other guy did, and blah, 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 this and that, and anti-Jewish. And I was like, damn, dude, like politics is a dirty game. It's all about who's got the most money, man. That's like what it is. How much money are you willing to spend to get those votes? And someone did the math. It was like Tony Gonzalez spending the 9 million to 10 million was like he paid like almost 500 to like $1,000, maybe even more per vote. Like someone does the math. Like that's pretty crazy.
Oh damn, it is crazy. Yeah. Well, that kind of sucks.
Kind of
but this does not impact me.
Yeah, it doesn't impact us, but kind of embarrassing for that dude, right? To lose to a guy spending that, and you spent that much money. Ouch.
Not as embarrassing as you think, because people aren't looking at that. All they're looking at is I won and you didn't. Like nobody's like, oh, he won by 500 votes. What a loser. No, it's like, no, he won. So, he won. So automatically Brandon's the fucking loser that lost. I'm just kidding.
We love you, Brandon. Come on the show.
Well, I don't love you. You can come on the show, but I certainly don't love him. That's crazy to say. But yeah, that's interesting. I mean, like more politics, I guess. We could talk about the more machete attacks in New York, if you consider that politics. You want to know who's causing those machete attacks, Paul? You have any idea? Any guess what certain demographic, any group of people?
I'm not playing this game. That's offensive.
Illegal immigrants, Paul. More machete attacks in New York City. What, you think I was going to say a race? I'm not that crazy. The
that
Jews.
Doesn't surprise me.
It was the Jews. They're stabbing people.
No. Whoa. That's terrible.
Stopped doing that a long time ago. No, Paul, but yeah, more people are getting attacked with machetes in New York again, because it's been happening for like the last couple months because of the surge of over 70,000 legal immigrants. And yeah, there's suspects still at large supposedly, but it's getting crazy over there, Paul. You gotta stay away from New York. I honestly think I'd rather get shot than hit with a machete. Paul, what do you think? You want to get hit with a machete in the shoulder, or do you want to get shot in the shoulder?
Oh no, I'd much rather get shot than stabbed. I think we talked about this at one point.
Yeah, we definitely have, but like, just imagine. And here's the thing about machete and knife attacks: every single victim tells you, they're like, "Yeah, I didn't even know I was cut until like 10 minutes after, or that I was gushing blood," because you don't feel that shit like later once you get sliced open that deep. And shit.
It depends. Do you have adrenaline? Because if it's like someone just comes up and stabs you in the back, you're gonna feel that shit. Like if you didn't even expect it.
No, actually, you won't. Trust me. Remember, like in New York, couple months ago when that poor fucking 18-year-old got stabbed up by those immigrants. Like he was stabbed like fucking like 8 times in critical condition. He came out of it and he said, I didn't even know I was stabbed until I was on the ground like gasping for air. He's like, I didn't know I was stabbed. And he was in his back and shit, because you don't. It's weird like how that works. Or like that one guy who got way back in the day in the 80s got stabbed in the back of the head and he didn't know, and this knife was just sticking out of his skull. Yeah. That guy was in Ripley's. Yeah, he's still alive. He's still alive. I mean, no, he's not. He's dead. He's definitely dead. But yeah, that's a little bit of politics. Stop stabbing people over there in New York. Stop getting machete attacked. That'd be like the worst thing ever.
What do you got on here for the Xbox Red Ring of Death? What did you want to talk about there?
Ooh, that one we brought down quite a bit. That's one of those topics you never quite got to, but now we're kind of Paul's gaming on 360 a little more. I've been like playing some 360 games myself. Really just want to talk about like how unreliable the early Xbox 360s were, looking back. You know how much they had Red Ring of Death, especially like they had that first model that came out and like all of them were defective, and then they told you, oh, send them back to us, we'll fix it and we'll send it back to you, but it'd take like 8 months, and then eventually they're like, fuck it, we're just gonna give you a new console because this shit is not fixable. And it was like Xbox 360, and then they released the HD version like 6 months later, right, or something. It's pretty recent because that was like the updated one because it was so bad. But
what do you mean? Are you talking about the slim model?
Or maybe I am thinking of the slim model. Yeah,
The
because didn't
slim
they have
model
a?
didn't come out for a long time. So basically, it's like they had the
Okay.
Xbox 360 arcade, and then that was a white one without a hard drive, it just had internal storage. And then you could get the
Yeah,
Xbox 360 Pro, which was the old
that's
school white
one.
one with a hard drive. The arcade, the Pro, and the Elite. The Elite was the black one, same old form factor though, the one that we had. They would all get the
Yeah.
red ring. All three of those did, and they would do it for a while. The Elite was a little better, I think, somewhat hardware wise. But then, like a year, it had to have been a couple of years after, maybe like 1 or 2 years, they came out with the Slim, and then they did the Xbox 360e. I think that's what you have.
hmm
So
That might be what I have. Well, yeah, because I just remember there being a lot of defective units. Then like 6 months later, I thought
they
maybe
did.
I read this, maybe I missed. They released a new version that kind of
Or
worked better.
yeah, I think they probably just like
But
redesigned the internals of those.
I don't have the diagram up right now. But the reason I put it there is because I saw the diagram of what the red ring meant. Because you'd either get 1, 2, or 3, 4 like light ups. I think the
Oh, I
first one
didn't know
was
that.
like problems with like first if you got one light, it was like problems with heat. It was overheating. 2 lights, it was like tray is broken. 3 was like internal hard drives fucked, and like 4 was like you're done, like your console needs to be shipped back.
I'm gonna
'Cause I
be honest
remember
with you.
the different
I never
ones.
researched it and knew that, or at least I never knew
Yeah.
that I thought it was always just 4 flashing lights, and it always meant overheating, or at least it was majority of the
Mhm.
time it was overheating because basically the thermal paste or something would eventually get fucked up.
Well, let me remember it. But I just put it on there because I remember being a kid and being so terrified because Paul hyped because I was a kid and Paul hyped it up. He's like, if you see a red ring of death, you come and tell me right now because if you don't fix this within 30 seconds, we're all gonna fucking die. And he would say that something like that, and I'd like be screaming because I'd get it all the
Yeah.
time because we played because we have like 5 kids playing the Xbox
Yeah.
360. That shit didn't turn off for more than 30 minutes for like
Yeah.
weeks at a time.
It
So
would
I'd get in, I'd
sometimes
come.
ours we would have scares, remember? Because if like the power went out or you pull the power, sometimes it'd flash red ring when it turned off
Yeah.
as like a failsafe, as like
Oh,
there's
yeah,
something
that's
wrong.
yeah,
We're like,
yeah.
no, and then like we turn on, it's fine. We're
No,
like, oh, okay.
no. Yeah, I remember running out to the garage one day and it's like pouring rain and I'm like running. I like fall in the rain. I'm like, Paul, it's red ringing. And you just go, I don't care. I'm like
Yeah.
heartbroken. I'm
Well,
like
you
8
have
years
to
old. I
remember
can't believe it.
you have to remember the PS3, the first generation, had similar issues. It had the yellow light. So, and that was
Oh,
also,
I
I
didn't
think,
know that.
overheating. Yeah, it had overheating related issues until the Slim came out. Do you know if the Xbox 360 Slim, like the one I have, did those have red ring issues as well? Or like, I feel like all of them had red ring issues, but I mean, like those didn't
I thought
overheat and get it right.
I thought the latest version that they released, whatever it was, maybe because maybe it was the HD one because they had
Yeah,
AV cables. I think that one didn't have problems with it much because I used that. I used to play
yeah,
GTA 5 on that.
yeah.
I never had it red ringed, so maybe that was probably fine.
What I'm
Here
saying
I
is,
found the
like, do
diagram.
you think they
Oh,
still could? Because I feel like they use the red ring as like an error code thing. It sounds like so. It's like if
well,
you
yeah,
had
they do.
one,
Here,
two, three, four. Yeah.
I found
Go
the
ahead.
diagram. Okay, so if you have the bottom right, just one lit up, it's a hardware failure, and apparently that's like one of the worst ones. So just one light
Yeah,
at the
it's like a
bottom is the worst.
motherboard or something.
Second one is 2 lights is overheating. The third one is general hardware failure, which is also really bad. And then the fourth, if you had 4 lights lighting up, it was only an AV cable error. So that's the best one you want because it just means your cables aren't plugged in all the way. So that's kind of interesting. So I remember getting the AV cable error a lot, but at the time, nobody fucking knew. It was just the same. But yeah, it was interesting to find out
we
different.
got the general hardware, 2 lights or whatever, when like the power would like, or someone hit the
Just 3
surge strip
lights.
or something, or 3 lights
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Yeah.
hmm
So it's
But it's
like,
hard to
oh,
remember,
yeah, it's been so long.
You should have you gotten it on yours that you'd be using? Playing
No.
Fallout 3, you get a red ring. I feel like they have like a lot of software patches that came out since then, but I have 2 360s. I think they're different versions. I'd
You
love
have
to
a
plug them in
Slim and you
try
have
and
an
get it.
E.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't have cables for them though. I have controllers, but I don't have cables, so I just never plugged them in or anything. But I would love to because you mentioned Fallout Fable 3, how they're taking that off the store and you can't buy it anywhere. I want to go play Fable 3 really bad. Now that you say that, like you
Yeah, I
can't
wanna borrow
emulate
it.
it. Oh no, I was gonna say if I come over, I'll put in my account on yours and you can just play it on that account. If you
Oh
want.
yeah, true. Yeah, come over, do that, and then download it, and then I'll have it on
Yeah.
the fucking
And then you
console.
can play it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. That's how that worked. Because that was
Yeah,
cool.
dude. And then
Yeah.
yeah, dude. And then you bring yours over. We'll hook it up with my cables. I'll sign in on yours, and you can have all my games. I have like Skyrim
Oh, yeah.
and Minecraft and a bunch of shit.
they just were like, whatever, have all your things. I remember all the. I don't know how you did this, Paul, but you got me because Minecraft's also a topic on here. But you got me all those bootleg Minecraft skins. Like
Oh
you, I
yeah.
didn't own them. Like so, pretty much you could buy Minecraft packs back in the day on the 360 store. And Paul was like, "Here, let me get them for free." And somehow you got all these packs for free. I don't know how you did
Was it
that,
the
but
flash drive I put it there? That I
maybe it
put in the
was the
computer?
flash drive, or maybe or maybe you paid for them and then I got them copied. But I remember logging on one day and they're all locked, and I'm like, God damn it! But
I remember I blew my friend's mind when we were kids. Don't worry, guys. They're like, I went and downloaded a bunch of like like really complex Minecraft worlds and got them on the
yeah,
360. And people were like, "How the fuck did you get this?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
yeah,
isn't
I
it
remember that.
sick?" Yeah.
Dude, you passed that coolness on to me because you downloaded the Hunger Games map. I don't know if you remember this, but it was like
The
Dead Mouse themed.
capital. Oh yeah, the dead mouse
Yeah,
in one.
yep. And I convinced my friends that you and your friends built it because they had no idea you could just download it. And they're like, "Bro, this map is like crashing every 20 seconds. There's no way you built this shit." All the maps would crash within like 30 minutes of playing
Yeah.
them, and you would just no, that was good times. We have an old Minecraft world
I
topic. What do you
I
want to talk about that?
I still well, I still want to kind of talk about the 360's Red Ring.
Oh,
You have to think about this though, and I'm sure for generations before us that were mainly on like the PS2, PS1, Nintendo consoles like the 64, whatever. They probably had some type of error codes or problems as well. But the reason why I think the like the PS3 first gen had the yellow light and the Xbox had like a red ring or would have overheat issues of some kind is because the consoles before that didn't require like that much juice, man. Like they weren't beefed up processors. They didn't emit a lot of heat. The
they
64
didn't need to
barely
brick.
got hot, I think, you know? And they were usually like pretty like have you opened up a GameCube before? It's literally like the board's like this big and that's all that's in there. It's super empty, decent airflow.
Mhm.
And it's like I feel like the reason why those 360s and PS3s those gens had issues is because like they moved this next generation all new hardware. They didn't give it enough space. It was pretty cramped in there. There wasn't really good airflow. And then just like you get these problems. So I think it was just like a sign of the times. Like, oh shit, they didn't really know what they were doing for longevity. Then they found out really fucking quick within a year that, oh shit, there's a lot of problems with these. Here's a new
Mhm.
generation. But now as you see consoles go on, I don't feel like you see that many reiterations of them. Like the PS5 Slim, the only reason why they made a PS5 Slim or the smaller version of it is just so because they could. It wasn't
Mhm.
fixing anything. They were just like, we're just gonna do this, you know? Other
I know
than
what
like
to
the
do. Well,
detachable hard drive, but
I've always thought that, like, especially the GameCube, but the older consoles, they were built cheaply, but I felt like they're built stronger also because I feel like back then it was more of a thing because even the GameCube has a handle on it. You were carrying that shit and put it in your backpack, and it was getting thrashed around and shit. So
yeah.
I felt like that made sense why it was like very limited. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not saying that they did, but like the 64 and like the Super Nintendo system, like I feel like they had problems. We never played them enough to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm
that's true.
sure they had some huge hardware problems that were like a big issue, but I never played them enough because respect to those people that can go
I
and
will
play the
say
Atari.
this
That's hard.
without playing them though, do you really think any of those had overheating problems?
I think so. I really do. I feel like, man,
Kind of
if you're
depends.
again, like I said about the 360, that shit never turned off. I feel like if you're a kid in the fucking 80s playing that Nintendo system and you even turned it off for like a week, yeah, it's gonna fucking overheat or some shit. There's gotta be a problem with it. You
Yeah,
know,
you're
those
probably right. I'm
things are,
thinking about it wrong.
but maybe not. I don't know. I've never played them enough, and I don't want to. There's no interest in me in playing old games anymore, like
Yeah.
that old game anymore. The
Yeah.
only games I want to play that are old is right behind you, like because that's like cool. But like other than that, it's
You know
like
what I
you.
kind of want, dude? I really kind of wanted a Nintendo lately with Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
That'd be fun. You can get an arcade cabinet for that too, for
Yeah.
sure.
Or I could just like, these are,
Emulate it on there if you really
yeah,
wanted
like
to.
put a different screen in
Raspberry
it.
Pi it or something.
Yeah.
A different
Um,
screen. Oh yeah, I know you're playing it with the gun. Mike Tyson punch out with the guns.
yeah,
Like
I
what the fuck?
mapped it to the gun. All the buttons on the
Yeah,
gun or what move.
that'd
That'd
be
be pretty
cool
funny.
actually.
Um,
Yeah.
but to wrap up the 360 talk, arguably the most expensive 360 game I have on disc is Minecraft Xbox 360 edition, because if you were to take an Xbox, factory reset it, and never connect it to the fucking internet, and you put that in, you have like one of the oldest versions of Minecraft, and 360 was different.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, in my
Well,
case, you know, I'm connected to the internet, it updated, whatever, I don't care. I also already had it digitally. So like
Right.
it didn't really matter. But no, dude, I put it in and it was like, did you want to download cloud saves? And I'm like, what? I saved,
Yeah.
I didn't have, so I downloaded it. I have 2 worlds that were cloud saved that I know there was a ton more, but they were probably on my old Xbox's hard drive. They're long gone now.
Hmm.
And dude, I had a world called Pier, and it's just like we built this city. It was really shitty, and there was a bank, and everybody had a bank, and there was like 8 people's names I went to middle school with, and none of these people I talk to anymore.
Yeah.
And then I had another world where I know for a fact I did with my friend Harold, who I still talk to, every now and then. And it's just like, dude, I went into creative mode on those worlds literally last night when I found them, and I was just like, dude, this is fucking like sad. Because it's
Yeah.
also too, you got to think those worlds. Remember, the Minecraft map on the 360 wasn't infinite. So it's like,
No,
you
it
know
wasn't.
how
It was so small.
do you know how Minecraft works now on the PC? It's like if you have a world that's super old, but you didn't go far, when you start loading new chunks, it will, if you updated the game, it will start adding
It'll
those
spawn
new
new
things.
shit.
Yeah, it'll spawn.
Right.
So it's like you go far enough out, you can find cherry blossom trees, right? Or whatever.
Mhm.
And on this 360, though, the materials from those worlds, it was so limited. We used cobblestone and wood. That's like all you could
Yep.
do.
You couldn't, because
And there
it wasn't.
wasn't a ton of biomes. And I was like, damn,
Mhm.
dude, like this is like a lost in time Minecraft world. It was kind of sad. And it was
Sad.
playing the music, and I was like, fuck, dude.
Oh, dude, the music will make you cry.
I
Don't even
was
play
like,
that shit.
one day just got off this, we made a new world or stopped playing this, and we never went back on it.
Stop. That's the saddest thing, because I love that meme where it's like one day you stop playing games with your best friend and you didn't, and that was the last time you, or like the last time like you didn't realize you would never play games with them again. Um, see, I unfortunately deleted a lot of my old worlds on the 360 because for some reason I thought you needed to because I sold it. That was dumb, and I really regret that. But I still have old worlds on the Xbox One that we play, and those are only like 5-6 years old. But it's still really sad to go in it and like look and be
Any
like,
of them.
man, I'm a shitty builder. I have a shit build. This is garbage.
I
No,
still
the
have a
thing
lot of
about
my old Minecraft servers and stuff that I had on from the computer version
yeah,
back in the day. Yeah, like old worlds.
I remember that. Yeah, no, it is sad to walk through it. It's like I almost don't want to look at the other ones because it's just like, ah, man, that's sad. Now I was gonna touch on something else with Minecraft. Oh, I remember the day I got Minecraft Xbox 360 version because me and my buddy we would play the tutorial map, like that OG, like you were saying, the original
With
tutorial
the
map where it had
floating
the big Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yep, that was really cool. And you only had a trial run, you only had 30 minutes in it. So we would just close the game and start it up again, and you could play it, but you only had 30 minutes to do whatever you want. And I remember the day we got it, my friend was like, you know what, fuck this. And he went and I remember this dude. He went and I think it might have been Tyler. He went and he got his like mom's credit card. He's like, Mom, I'm buying Minecraft. She's like, what? It's like $20. And he bought it and then transferred it to my account. And then we finally played the full version of Minecraft. It was a good day. And then I was hooked ever since. But yeah, no, those worlds are so small. If you wanted to build a full set of diamond armor, you couldn't because there wasn't that many diamonds in the world. There was like 10 diamonds in the entire world. Yeah, and it's just like it's like the edge of the world is like I don't know. I can't remember how it was like an invisible wall or some shit, but it was like cut
yeah.
out.
Basically, it's like you could still see the world, but they just like made it so you couldn't go past a certain point.
Yeah,
Like you could still see rendered chunks and shit. Like it's not like it was just like a dead wall. It was definitely bigger. Like Pocket Edition, I know was like 1,000 by 1,000. I don't even know if they still update Pocket Edition on like phones or whatever. But and maybe that's even bigger now. But I don't know what 360. It was like decently big. It was like 5,000 by 5,000, or maybe it was bigger than that or something.
for being small, I remember you could definitely walk to the other side within like 5 minutes if you like made a straight line or something, which is not far at all.
Oh, it's only 1024 by 1024
Dude, that's so
on
small.
360. Yeah.
I thought it was that small because I remember. Damn, I want to say you could see the other side just going up high. You could see the edge of the map, like both all the way around.
I don't know. 1,000 blocks is quite a bit.
Yeah, no nether or anything. You tried to build a nether. You tried to build the heaven portal with glowstone and put
There's
water
a
in the
nether
middle.
portal.
No, the heaven portal. The
Yeah,
nether
that
didn't
never
work for the
worked.
longest time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
it never worked. Put all the glowstone. You put the water in. And you're like, shit, I wasted all this garbage.
I downloaded a mod
Really?
that made heaven with that portal on PC, and I was like, it was weird. There were weird mobs there, and you could fly. I was like, what the fuck?
Have you seen the that that creepy Minecraft video where the nether portal is a bunch of like realistic eyeballs? like each block is like an eyeball blinking. It's terrifying, Paul. And then you go to the nether and all the blocks are like either mouse or eyeballs, like ultra realistic on the blocks, and they like keep screaming, and it's like really dark, dude. Have you
That's
seen
horrible.
that video?
No.
So yeah, somebody made a Minecraft mod that's like nether. I can't find the video anymore. I have it on Instagram, but it's like dark as shit. I don't like that. I don't like
Jesus.
that at all. Bunch of eyeballs. The blocks are eyeballs.
I think
Scary.
about all the time that channel or that YouTube or that Instagram where you talk about the dad dressing up dead monkeys and shit. I tell Howler
I sent
about
it to you.
It makes me laugh. I know it makes me laugh so hard.
He thinks he's
It's
I
fucking
sent him the
horrible.
screenshots. They're dark. You saw it. He's
Yeah,
like
it's
holding the monkey up
horrible.
to a fucking snake head, and it's like biting it, dude. And it's like he's like, I saved the monkey. It's
Stop.
not funny.
Stop. It's so
But
fucking
Paul didn't
horrible.
believe me, but I found the channel. It is since gone. But you know how many subscribers it had? It had over 400,000 subscribers. A channel where they put dead monkeys in provocative positions. It's dark, Paul. This shit's dark. Those South Americans are fucked up down there. I don't want to see any of that shit again. Paul thinks it's hilarious. He sent LOL. I sent him a picture of a dead monkey getting fucked, and he's like, "This is funny as shit." It's
You didn't
not
send
funny.
me that.
It's not funny. I didn't send him that. I didn't
You
send him
didn't
that.
send me a
That
dead
didn't
monkey getting
happen.
fucked. That's horrible.
No, but I sent him a dead monkey getting put into like a head of a snake, and it's like biting its skull and like ripping it. It's like dark shit, man. Dark shit. I don't even want to think about it.
Can we talk?
You
Okay.
told Howler about that? What did he think? What he's like? This is. Did he believe? Did you show him the screenshot?
He didn't really laugh that much, no. But I was explaining it to him. He's like, "That's fucked up." Like, I know. I thought it was so funny.
It was Best Quotes 8114. They're since deleted, but you can probably use the Wayback Machine. They had 388,000 subscribers, and it was not cool, bro. I don't even want to look. The screenshots that I sent are dark. This is dark shit right there.
Kind of a topic shift, mainly because we didn't cover it. You know what? I'm not even gonna fucking cover it.
We can talk about.
I was gonna talk
I
about
wanted to
Fury
touch on-
versus Usyk, but it's been a few weeks now, and
I don't know about that one. Was this a boxing?
Yeah,
Honestly?
so it's for the undisputed heavyweight title fight. It's the first time since like 1998, 99 that there's an undisputed heavyweight title fight. It was Tyson Fury out of Britain or the UK versus Alexander Usyk out of Ukraine. And everybody was like, oh, Tyson's way too big for him. He's going to beat him because Usyk was a cruiserweight. Yeah. And sure enough, the fight was pretty even, I would say. Usyk won. Nobody thought that was going to happen. He knocked Tyson down. Tyson never knocked Usyk down. And yeah, Usyk won, and now he's the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world for like 2 months, because in the clause for the fight, there's an automatic rematch, and it's happening already in October in Saudi Arabia again. So it's like, they're going to run it back again. Will Tyson lose again? Who knows? But it was a really interesting fight. I thought it was pretty back and forth. It was a very controversial win. A lot of people thought Fury won. I thought Alexander did enough to take the belt from Fury. Even though he just won, like, everyone's like, you won like one round. It's like, no, just because he dropped him in that one round doesn't mean he just won one round. Like, he did definitely win that round, but it was interesting. It was a good fight. It was an interesting fight.
I really want to watch that now, because for some reason I was like, yeah, boxing sounds kind of fire, because like the UFC is like, I don't know a lot of ground and leg stuff, but when I see boxing, I'm like, I know that. I know what he's doing there. So is there a way I could bootleg that? Where could I find that fight, Paul? Could I bootleg it?
You can find
Maybe
it
it's on
somewhere,
Twitter,
probably. But yeah, if you look up Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, you'll be able to find it. And I really wouldn't be surprised either if prior to that second fight that they just upload the entire fucking fight on YouTube, to promote it.
Yeah. Like, sorry, I was just looking down. I have a little ring that's like made of wire, and it's like a fidget thing, and it's like a spring, so it like shoots out of my hand, and I lost it, and I'm very upset about that, and I will be very upset.
You'll find it.
Oh wait, I got another one. Look at that. These things are the best. Haha. Anyway, no, I definitely want to check that out. That sounds pretty cool. I don't know why I didn't want to touch on that, but I wanted to touch on,
just because it's been up a few weeks now. I missed it before, but
you should have brought it up. But during the jail, people going to jail. Rekieta, he's busted for cocaine and maybe pedophilia. That one.
Give us some backstory. Who's Nick Rekieta? Where's he from, and what's he do?
Well, where is he from? Well, he's from Minnesota. He's that famous internet lawyer, that's like busting people, and he's like, that's stupid. He's always like, he's up in arms at something. He's always calling someone a dummy. But
so he's fucking arrested?
He got
got fucking
arrested. Yeah, well, there's been videos going around for the last couple of months of him nodding off because he's a full-time alcoholic, as most lawyers and doctors and politicians and fast
Dentist.
food workers and IT workers and yeah, pretty much everyone's drunk or high. Paul knows. But yeah, probably no, but he got arrested. Someone did, I think. Well, they did a wellness check, I believe. Someone ratted on him, and I think who ratted on him was the babysitter of him. But it was his kids. Excuse me. The baby. He doesn't have a babysitter. He's an adult. He's an adult male. He's not even a babysitter. Babysitter of his kids. Babysat the the church pastor that he goes to, their kids. And apparently the babysitter said some stuff, and then the pastor did like a wellness. I think this is what happened. They did a wellness check on him. They sent police to their house, which wellness check should be illegal because I think I want to say about 60% of wellness checks ends with someone dying. It's some crazy statistic like that. So don't ever call the cops on anybody for any reason, you fucking snitch. And then they found a bunch of cocaine in his house with children and firearms. Pretty much if you have drugs and any firearms, you're going to jail for
He
sure.
knows that,
100%. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's weed. You're still going to jail, 100%.
It's federal
so
then.
for that. God forbid a guy has a little bit of cocaine. Apparently it was like an ounce. God forbid a man.
Yeah, but he was looking pretty strung out in some of those latest videos
he was
I
drunk.
saw.
He was very drunk. Yeah, but that's fine. That's okay. That's America.
Yeah.
If man wants to do cocaine in his house, there should be no law against that. Honestly, those police should be fucking arrested. If you ask me, that's fucked up.
Kind of like what Kyle says. All drugs should just be legal.
They should be all. All should be illegal. There's no reason why they should be illegal. It's fucked up. Legalize everything. I'm not even like saying that as like a farce. Like like no, generally legalize everything because that'd solve a lot of problems. Wouldn't fix a lot of things. But do you think, Paul, if they legalize heroin, are you gonna go do heroin tomorrow? Like if you could walk into CVS, exactly. No. The people that are doing heroin, I also don't think CVS would end up
selling heroin. Oh, by the way, heroin's legal now. CVS starts selling heroin. Fuck that.
CVS heroin. You know it'd be safe at least. You know it'd be safe.
I think the reason why they should all be legal is because it would also open up studies of them. Like it would open up because you know how like
jobs.
You know, weed still isn't like federally legal, and there's like still some certain states and whatever that can't study it or like figure out what it could be used for because. Not saying heroin or meth or any of these things have benefits to them at all, at least currently not at this standing. But it's like, if we actually had like thorough trials and testing, like what could those things be used for?
Did you ever hear about that?
You know,
that like, did you ever hear about that? Like that,
up, you know,
they gave that army a bunch of meth. Do you remember that? And they almost took over the whole world. Do you remember that army, Paul? Do you know who those people were? The Nazis. I mean, they got pretty far on that meth. They got hopped up on that shit. They almost took over the goddamn world. You know, if they just weren't strategically retarded, they went to Russia. But anyway, Nick Rekieta, he's in jail, and I think he is not out yet, but he should be pretty soon, hopefully. What
do you think? He's just gonna get out on bail or what?
Yeah, he'll get out on bail, but he's gonna lose his fucking lawyer license for sure. They're like malpractice, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's gonna be an issue. I just thought it was.
However, that doesn't prevent him from doing what he was currently doing, right? Just being a YouTube lawyer and investigating cases and like talking about what he thinks.
He does have cases. He does. He's a natural lawyer though. So but he could defend himself up in that fish. But probably not a good idea for him. Probably not a good idea. I just thought it was more interesting to me because I want to touch on people going to jail because podcasts I listen to have him on. He's like in the kind of realm of, you know, but I don't really care either way if he's in jail. But yeah, don't be busting people for coke in their own house. Poor Nick Rekieta. R.I.P. Nick Rekieta.
Yeah.
He was looking strung out though. And I thought he was respectable for a while until he looked all fucked up.
One or two things is going to happen here. It's going to be a blessing and it's going to like change him a little bit. And maybe it's going to be, you know, an eye opener or he's going to go down an even worse path. That's usually what happens with these types of things, especially somebody that was somewhat normal and had like a really good job.
Well, he's going to lose his kids.
Oh yeah.
Probably going to lose his kids. So that's not good. Sad, you know?
I think we need to do away with the federal thing of like, oh, if there's any types of illegal federal drugs and there's any type of firearm, even though if it's legally registered to you and in a locked safe, that's like, you know, a double whammy. It's like, I think we need to do away with that because it's like, you're telling me that, you know, say you're in a state, weed's illegal. It's also federally legal. And then you get raided by the ATF or some federal agency for some reason, it becomes a federal crime. And then, you had like say like a oneie with some weed or something, or like a bowl. And then you had like a bunch of guns, but they were locked in your safe and the ammo was separate like it should be. and it was in a safe area away from kids, maybe behind a locked door, even on top of that. And then they just double whammy you. Like, I think we need to do away with that to a certain degree because, like, I can see how it could be a problem. Okay, you go in, the guy's actively got Coke on the table, the kids are playing Xbox there, and there's a handgun loaded on the fucking table. Okay, then yeah, probably a problem. America. Yeah, probably a problem, right? But it's like, you know, wellness check. Maybe the guy's down on the dumps, the kids are home, the guns are in a safe, the ammo's separate. He had a little bit of weed in the garage in a cabinet the kids couldn't even get at because they're not even tall enough to reach it. And then they double whammy him. We have to do away with that shit, I think.
Well, yeah, do away with that. Just get rid of wellness.
The problem is all that shit's too circumstantial. And that's what I hate about most like laws and regulations is like, it's always this blanket thing. And it's like, why can't circumstance ever come into it? Like as much.
That's true.
They really, it really doesn't sometimes. It's just like I just explained to you the
example.
Do
away with wellness checks. Yeah, just get rid of wellness checks. We wouldn't have this problem. We would not have this problem of people shooting at cops and getting killed because someone thinks, oh, you need a wellness check, or the red flag laws. Oh, yeah, hey, actually, I think Paul has a gun and that's a problem. You should take that away from him. And then they will. They'll go to his house and Paul's going to be like, what'd you say to me, motherfucker? And that's what's going to happen. And Paul dies, yeah. No, you should be able to shoot cops that come to your house for a wellness check. Shoot them in the head.
There's been plenty of cases of that where cops have actually gotten killed trying to do a wellness check or something, and then like sometimes the guy gets off because they'll forcibly entry and the guy doesn't know what's going on. And what if the wellness check was false? They go to the wrong house and the guy's just defending himself. Oh no, he killed 2 cops and now the cops are trying to kill him, but then he ends up giving up and gets arrested. Some of those guys will get off on that. Because it's like, well, the cops unlawfully entered the home or something. It's like, well, yeah, they fucking did.
Like, yeah, they shouldn't be doing that. And here's the thing that I don't agree with either. Most of them answered the door with a gun, and I think there should be no law against answering the door with a gun. But apparently there is. If someone knocks on your house door and you open the door, it's not like you're pointing at it, but you have a gun in your hand, that shouldn't be illegal. Because most of the time, these guys have a gun in their hand, and the cops just immediately shoot them.
Yeah, they just immediately get shot.
The door with the gun. That's my right, because I'm not bringing it outside.
Which is why I think the way to do it is to just have it in your behind you in a holster or like behind the door or something, because if you just actively open the door, the shotgun,
through the people, aimed right at them. That's how you should do it.
Like this. How's it going, officer? And you have the handgun pressed right up to the people. That's fucked up.
No,
or like you anticipated for it. Like you can tell it was wood carved. You like hollowed the door out so it's paper thin from the inside. But
that's all the booby trap. It's paper thin. Also, you can't booby trap anything.
That should be legal. Booby trapping should be legal to a certain degree.
It is. Should be. To a certain degree. Okay, Paul, let's say you open my door and a big board, like a 2x4 swings with metal spikes and it smacks you in the face. That should be legal. There's no problem with that. See you open my door?
No.
See you open my door, Paul, and a flamethrower goes off and lights you up and gasoline douses you.
I think traps should be legal to a certain degree if circumstantial. Like that one, there's some guy, I read this years ago. I don't even know if it's fucking true. Some guy's catalytic converter kept getting stolen. Dude, fucking park it out in his driveway. It got stolen twice. So he starts parking it into the garage. He cleans out his garage. He parks his car in there. Someone breaks into his garage and steals his catalytic converter. It happens like 3-4 times. So this guy goes, and I can't remember what he did. Not only did he weld a plate over it, but he wired the plate to like electricity, like enough voltage to kill you if you touched it.
Yeah.
Sure enough, dude breaks into the garage. So now it's breaking and entering, goes underneath the car, and he goes out to his car in the morning and finds the guy just fucking fried. Like his legs sticking out from under the car because he touched it and fucking died. He reports the dead body. Cops come. He gets arrested because I can't remember the exact wording for that criminal offense.
Murder.
I think it's murder. Like it's some type of murder. And he got charged and went to prison for a long time. And it's just like, what do you do with that? Like that's a tough one, man. It's fucked up. Like, what do you do?
You just say don't touch other people's shit. It's like that, like the package thieves, that guy that kept putting he put like some zappers in it, but it didn't kill you. Or he put like a firework, so you come and take his package and it's a firework. So some guy did that in Canada and he gets caught for it, but the thing like electrocuted the guy, and the package thief like passed out and was seasoned, and they arrested that guy in Canada. Yeah, they arrested that guy in Canada. And Canada's like too. They're like, he's innocent till proven guilty, so you can't be doing this. He's like, he's on camera taking my package. I'm gonna booby trap him. Like, there should be nothing wrong with that. It should be okay.
It's like, I have every week he's stolen my packages. I have evidence. Yeah.
Yeah, I have evidence. Like, nah, you gotta wait on that one. No, legalize booby trap. I think you should have some like type of like claymore, like perimeter defense. Like, if it's electric fence, like you gotta put a sign that's electric fence. So put a sign, warning: there are mines in my yard. If you step into there, you will get blown up. That seems pretty fair to me. I'm
Yeah,
not
so
gonna go
you're
step in
telling me
there.
if that guy got his car decaled that said, warning, if you try to steal my catalytic converter, you will be killed due to high voltage, and the guy still steals it? Like, is it that guy's
Yeah.
fucking problem now? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a drum. There's signs all over the place. It said, "Do not touch." That's so funny. He's like fried. I don't know. I picture that like a Home Alone thing where just like this is like
His legs are,
skeletons
he
there.
goes out to go to work, and this dude's legs are sticking out from under his car, his window shattered on his garage. Like, this fucking asshole again.
Yeah.
No, at that point, as that guy, yeah, I would have probably felt some resentment and wanted a booby trap. But really, you know what I would have done, man? I would have just fucking straight piped whatever car I had it be loud. And then if I got pulled over by the cops, I would have just been like, hey, man, I'm going to be real with you 1-to-1. I know you're probably going to give me a ticket still anyways, but my catalytic converter's been stolen 4 times. And on a 2020 GMC Sierra, whatever the fuck it is, they're like $700 just to get the part, and then I have to weld it, or I have to have a shop welded on because I don't have a welder, and it gets up to be over $1,000 each time this happens. So you know what I did? I had the shop weld in a straight pipe. Yep, I get it. My car's loud and it's emitting more exhaust fumes than it should be. Give me a ticket then. I really wouldn't know what to do at that point. Like,
You're doing a lot of talking to the cops, Paul. I don't appreciate that on this cast. We know we don't talk to cops. Don't explain nothing. You know what you need, Paul? You need a security chimp in your trunk.
Hey, I think you should talk to the cops if you're actually innocent to a certain degree.
I've seen so many people that are innocent get thrown in jail. Have you seen JCS criminal psychology? They used to be throwing people in jail. Or like recently, Paul, that one case,
cops
that one
aren't
guy
your friend. That is true.
No. Do you see that one guy just got $900,000 because he was autistic and he was interrogated by the police into giving a false confession that he killed his dad, but he never did it, or some shit like that. That was pretty crazy. So don't talk to the police, Paul. You need a security chimp. You need an ape in your trunk. You press a button, the ape comes out with the fucking, I don't know, like one of those tire irons. It smacks you.
No, but
imagine that.
No, but what if you just train the ape to steal cars? So he immediately gets out and steals a police cruiser as the guy's grabbing your headphones. He's on the radio. He's like, I got a tip. Whatever the dispatch. I need somebody right now. Fucking ape just stole my fucking car. Get your hands on the fucking wheel. Yeah. Why is there an ape in your truck?
Yeah, fucking ape. A goddamn fucking ape took my truck. And he's driving down the fucking road.
I was trying to explain it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, you could never do that.
The ape, like the orangutan, he waddles to the car. How could you explain that?
He's like, do I tase him? I don't know. Is this bad? I don't know. I wouldn't tase the orangutan, dude. I don't think that thing's going down,
the thing's gonna tear your face off. I think it's gonna tear your face off.
I don't think it would do shit.
It's gonna pull your fingers off and fucking tear off your eyelids.
Your eyes. Oh my God. Like, dude. Can you imagine that? That'd be like the worst thing to come across. Would you rather come across a bear in the forest or an ape?
A fucking ape stole my squad. What was that? Repeat? Yeah.
Repeat. It's like that woman versus the bear in the woods, or like a woman, like the man or the woman. Would you rather have a bear or a fucking silverback gorilla you run up on in the woods? Dude, I don't think I'd rather run into either of them.
A bear or a silverback gorilla?
Yeah. How about both? Yeah. Which one?
I'm picking the bear. I'm picking.
Yeah, me too.
Even if it's a grizzly, I'm picking the bear to encounter it because apes don't fuck around, bro.
They're already pissed. Just imagine either animal is already pissed off.
Bear.
They're in a pissed off mood.
Bear, because it has been proven that if you try to act big and scream at them, you can get them to fucking run away. But how hungry are they? A lot of variables and circumstantial. Yeah.
Black bear you can scare really easily. A grizzly, I don't know, man. A silverback. You can also do that with silverback too. You can scream at them. I've seen videos of that. That's how it works. Because they'll do false charges, and if you turn around and run, they'll fuck you up. You got to stand your ground. But either way, I think I'd rather have the bear, but you're gonna be bleeding a lot. Versus the ape is gonna like beat you into submission. You're not gonna be cut up and shit from an ape. It's just gonna beat your head.
The ape is gonna rape you. The ape is gonna beat you and have its way with you, dude. The bear's gonna play with you and tear you apart. So you got to pick your poison. Man. Do you want to get eviscerated while you're alive by sharp ass claws and played with, or do you want to get beat down and probably sexually assaulted? and just
It's
beat
dark.
over and over?
Dark,
Or
man.
do you pretend to be a baby and have the ape take care of you? As many movies have shown that if you pretend to be a baby, it'll think it's
start
your
crying,
young,
yeah.
start sucking your
You're all
thumb.
scared.
Yeah, it's trying to feed you.
Start
Yeah.
sucking it. That worked. That 100%. That worked with that kid in the zoo. Someone should have told that kid that. Fucking Harambe should have told
Fucking
that kid to settle down.
Harambe.
Oh, I forgot all about that situation. What a wild time to live in where like that was like a really big thing. I remember
Dicks
that
out
happening
for
before school.
Harambe.
Dicks out for Harambe. Members of a gorilla. Yep. I had a lot of songs about that. Good shit. R.I.P. Shout out to Harambe. Just get him on the cast.
There's a ton of other topics I want to talk about, but I do kind of want to wrap it up. How about we wrap it up with movies and TV? Does that sound good?
Yeah. What you got? Paul's always watching some new movie or something. That's why he got no time for gaming.
Yeah. Well, I'm just tired. These are usually late at night.
I'm just tired.
So really, I have a bunch of movies and one TV show that I want to share with you guys this week. A few weeks ago, I watched this one called The Silencing. I give it. There's no like really big stars in it from what I remember. It's been a couple weeks since I watched it because we didn't talk about movies and TV last week. But The Silencing, kind of generic. Wrestling coach, alcoholic. His daughter went missing years ago. He's divorced. And then all of a sudden, one of his students who he teaches in wrestling disappears. And blah, blah, blah. Of course, he eventually finds out the reason why his daughter was missing is the same guy took this student. And he kind of goes on like a rampage to like find her. So, and this guy that's like stealing the women's like cutting out their throat box so they can't talk and shit. It's kind of fucked up. That's why it's called The Silencing. So that movie is super mid. It's like 6.5. I'll give it like a 6.5 out of 10. It's like watch it once, never watch it again type thing.
It doesn't sound scary because I mean, like you're silencing women, so that's like the best thing that can happen, right? You know, at least they don't have to hear those dumb bitches talk.
No, Jesus. I'm going to go in order here from like least to best. So Silencing movie. I'd say that's like the worst to best, I should say. Next would be this movie called Extinction, with Michael Pena, or Pena, however you say it. Kind of a twist ending, threw me through a loop. Not like an ending, but when you realize what it's about, essentially, I'm just going to kind of spoil it because I'm going to be real with you. It's kind of a shit movie. Starts out, this guy's just having crazy dreams of like the world getting invaded and all the people are getting like mowed down on the street and like we're getting invaded. We're being, getting like extinct, whatever, right?
By who? Foreigners?
No, like an outer world. Like you don't really see them. And then no one's believing his dreams. He's struggling with it. And then it actually happens. And everyone's like, are these the dreams you're talking about? Like his close friends and family that are alive. And they're trying to get through this. And they're getting invaded by these weird looking creatures. They almost look like the suits look Martian-y, kind of weird. And then you find out that underneath the suit, it looks like a human. It's humans that are invading. But then you find out that the main characters and everybody, they're robots, they're synths. And what happened is years and years ago, there was a revolt on Earth. Humans wanted nothing to do with the synths. They wanted to cause them to go extinct. So and the AI the robot people wanted nothing to do about it. They look exactly like humans, just their internals are different, right? They wanted nothing. They didn't want violence, whatever. But they revolted back, and they ended up kicking the humans off Earth, and the rest of the humans fled to Mars and have been preparing for years. But the AI that was left over from the war felt so guilty that everybody agreed to have their memories wiped so they wouldn't remember what they had to do in order to survive, like what they had to do to the humans, because they felt bad what they had to do, but they were getting, assaulted against, whatever, by the humans. So then years later, the humans come back from Mars, and that's what's happening is really the humans are the bad guys. So it's fucking weird. Like I'd never seen a movie like that. Like this is
I don't like that. That's pro-robot propaganda. The humans are never bad. The
movie itself kind of sucked. Like it wasn't that entertaining. I'd give that like probably the same 6.5 out of 10, maybe even a 5. It wasn't good. The next movie, which I honestly thought was pretty good. Aaron Eckhart, right? He played like Harvey Dent in like the Christian Bale Batmans. Aaron Eckhart.
Oh, that guy's hot, especially when his face is fucked up.
He's been in a few other movies, but he's been, I guess, I've looked it up. His IMDb, he's been shitting out like C to B tier action movies in the last few years. And one of them I watched came out last year. It's called The Bricklayer. And of course, he's just a bricklayer. But he used to be ex-CIA and was a handler for the CIA. and a dude's gonna assassinate, like, he's assassinating all these reporters and making it seem like the CIA's doing it and all this shit in another country. Actually, a pretty decent movie. I'd give it like a 7.5 out of 10. I like Aaron Eckhart. I think he's a pretty good actor, and it's like a decent action movie. So check out The Bricklayer. That's also on Netflix.
That?
All three of these are on Netflix, I believe.
What was that movie he was in? I really liked it. It was before the Dark Knight. It was like, it had like a blue cover to it, but it was about like a check or something getting stolen. Oh man, I don't even know. That's all I can go off of. But I've seen him in. You talk about your next movie, but his name's Eric Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart. Are you sure it's about a check?
Maybe it's not. I don't remember.
Because what that reminds me of is that movie, Paycheck with Ben Affleck. But I don't think Aaron Eckhart's in it.
I'm gonna find it because I really like that one. It is called Paycheck. Yeah, he's in that.
He is in it. Yeah, with
yeah.
For some reason, I just remember Ben Affleck and what's her name, Uma Thurman.
Uma Thurman. Uma.
Yeah, yeah. I have that movie on DVD. That is a good movie. I forgot Aaron Eckhart's in that one.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Anyways, the last movie I have to talk about, brand new on Netflix, just came out this last week. It's called Atlas. It's got J-Lo. It's another one about AI and robots. You wouldn't like it. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought, dude, the cinematography in it, they spent a fuck ton on this movie. Like, on Netflix, they put a lot into this movie as far as like the battle scenes and stuff are fucking sick, dude. I just watched it for that alone. Like, if you don't care about the story, whatever, the premise is kind of meh, but just like I was wowed. I was like, wow, this movie looks really good. So I'd give Atlas like an 8 out of 10. And the only TV show I have for you is Shane Gillis hires, Netflix, 6 episodes, 20 minutes apiece, blew through it in 2 days. Love it. Hilarious. It's just Shane Gillis working at a tire shop. Fucking funny. I think each episode's been pretty good. There hasn't been like a dud episode yet of the 6, and it's already been confirmed for season 2. Really recommend that show. It's pretty funny, especially if you like Shane Gillis.
He's really making waves out there, you know?
He's just such a likable guy because that he is the type of guy that literally was just like a middle class dude. That's funny. Mm-hmm. And the fact his arc of like almost being on SNL to getting canceled before going on SNL and then resurging, and then he ends up hosting on SNL anyways.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I also appreciate how, and he's not like, it's not like he's bringing them into the limelight, but he kind of is. He's bringing Sam Hyde and Nick Rochefort. Yeah. He brings him up on Joe Rogan a lot. He'll like bring up Joe Rogan. He's like, Sam Hyde, and then Joe Rogan's like, who? He's like, he knows. He's scared of him. He won't let him on his podcast. He's fucking terrified. Shout out him though. That's cool. I haven't watched Tire Eyes. I heard it was good. I'm not gonna, but I just don't. I'm not in the mood to laugh lately. I don't know.
I get it.
Certain things.
Yeah, I get it. I go through my phases of like really action and comedy are like my 2 favorite genres, and I just kind of swap between what I'm in the mood for. I'm not really a horror movie guy. I'll watch some of the more popular ones, but
I watched The Haunting of Hill House like a week ago. That was really good. I liked that one. It's okay. It was an older horror movie. I've just never seen it before. It wasn't like super scary. It was only a couple scary scenes with this tall guy, this tall man who has a cane, but he floats. I don't like that guy. That guy creeps me out. He's like 8 feet tall, 9 feet tall, and he's floating around. Yeah, but
he's wearing a hat. I'm just kidding.
He is. He's wearing a hat and he's like floating around with the cane, but his cane touches the floor and it's like, what the fuck? But he's floating. Fuck that guy. It's a new TV show that's on. I think one of the best shows on TV right now. Smile and Friends. Really, really great. Smile and Friends season.
I think I finished the first season. If I didn't, I need to go finish it, and then I need to watch season 2. What is it on? For streaming?
It's on HBO Max, but here's the thing I've been doing literally like an hour after the episode airs, it's on Twitter. Like someone uploads the entire episode and it gets deleted like 2 hours later. So I just watch it through there. Don't laugh at me. But dude, that's
I just mean like I'm laughing at like
bootlegging
how much of a shitbag people put it on
Twitter.
Twitter.
They're such shitbags. The episode's only 12 minutes and within 10 minutes of it airing, it's on Twitter. And I'm like, oh, I watched it. Okay, when I say I'm not in the mood for laughing, it's any show but that. But holy fuck, this new season is so funny. Like it's really great. They it's hilarious. They have a lot of good voice actors and just people. Paul, you remember that creepy mannequin video back in the day where that guy built that homemade mannequin and would have it say stuff? Have you seen that video? If you're searching up, just search up old mannequin video. Like right now, search it up. You'll know what it is. You'll know what it is. Go on YouTube, search up creepy mannequin video, and you would have seen it. It's the guy that like, yeah, I think it's creepy mannequin. Yeah, let's look up creepy mannequin video. It's like the first one. I feel fantastic. That video. Anyway, they reference it in Smile and Friends, and it's pretty funny.
This.
You haven't seen that? Okay, well, it's like that was like creepypasta from like 2006. Some guy made a mannequin that like talked, and it was like a horrifying video, and it's still creepy. But Smile and Friends puts it in there, and it's just fucking hilarious how they like, because they have a bunch of like old references and stuff. They reference like Chris Chan and all that. It's pretty good. I'm really a fan of it. But
yeah,
the newest episode is fucking hilarious. They have like the boss arguing with the devil in hell because he owns like 1/4 of hell now. It's just so goofy. Seeing all those like weird characters in normal situations. Yeah, get on that because they're pretty funny.
Speaking of old YouTube videos, you remember Pickle Surprise?
No, what the fuck is that?
Do you remember Strawberry Shortcut, or how about Potato Knishes? Do you remember that one?
I don't want to watch
Potato Knishes.
Oh, not Pickle Surprise, but wait, what was the other ones you said?
Strawberry Shortcut.
I don't think I've seen Strawberry Shortcut.
It's the same by the Pickle Surprise people, whatever the fuck it's from. Creepy.
I don't like that. Ooh, I don't like any of that.
Yeah, you don't like that? Potato Knishes. No.
Knishes. Fuck, dude. Dude, don't even mind it. Like, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that. Video is disturbing as shit, bro. It's like, this is where I make little black centipedes, and he's like, fuck that. Get that shit out of my face, dude. Ugh.
What do you think, Jack? Call it a show? Gutterball 102?
Yeah, we can call it a show. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I was a little bit out of it, wasn't on top of my game, but I apologize. Next episode, we're coming back bigger, better, stronger, faster, more anger. You know, more concise thoughts, I guess. As always, follow it. Ended up with like, subscribe, comment, all that shit. Get on Gutterball. Let us know. Instagram, DM us, get at us. You know. But yeah, other than that, I got nothing to let Paul take it from here, and vote for Trump. Vote for Trump.
No,
we're a Trump
podcast.
No,
shut up. Vote for whoever the fuck you want to, or don't vote. I don't give a shit. Everything Jackson said, remember, check out Dan Duffy and Say No Deals, clearing out your clearance. Do you have a bunch of clearance you need to get rid of? Hit up Dan Duffy. Are you looking for some good deals? Hit up Dan Duffy. That was Gutterball 102. Whoa!